Good morning and welcome to the Caribbean Maritime University's new student orientation exercise. Our theme for this year is On Board Together, Moving Forward Together. We want to welcome our president, vice presidents, faculty members, members of staff, and you, our students, to this session. It promises to be informative, so make sure you have your pens, your notebooks, and give a keen ear to our presentations this morning. We hope that at the end, you will learn about us as you get on board with the CMU. Now, before we dive into today's session, we want to welcome the Lord into our midst. So at this time, I invite Mr. Colin Lyons, our safety instructor.
I invite you to bow your heads with me as we pray. Eternal God and our loving Heavenly Father, today we want to thank you for being with us, for bringing us to see a brand new day, bringing us to see the beginning of another school year. We come to you, we place our plans, our programs, the entire plan for this university and those that will join us in your hands. We ask that you will be with the administrators, the ancillary staff, the academic staff, and all those who will play their part in reaching lives. I pray that you will bless each one. Grant, Father, that as we lecture and as we teach and as we instruct, that we will keep in mind not just time here on this planet, but we will remember that eternity draws near. Bless all that will be said and done. And may this institution continue to grow, to prosper, and to spread its wings across the globe. And the products of this university will be a blessing to mankind around the globe, is our prayer. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lyons, for that prayer. Good morning again, everyone. I am Danique Smith, the Public Relations Officer here at the Caribbean Maritime University, and I want to specially welcome you to our new Students Orientation for 2022. Just to reiterate, our theme for this year is On Board Together, Moving Forward Together. Now, we will move into our proceedings with a welcome from our acting president, Mr. Professor Ibrahim Ajaguna.
Mr. Colin Lyons, thank you very much for that wonderful prayer. Dr. Genevieve Mesga, President, American Caribbean Maritime Foundation, our keynote speaker for this orientation, who is joining us on a cyberspace. Vice Presidents, Deans of Academics, Directors, staff, student leaders, first-year students of the Caribbean Maritime University, parents, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is my great pleasure this morning to welcome you all to the Caribbean Maritime University's 2022 orientation exercise. I wish to congratulate each and every fresher, first, on having secured your admission to this institution, and second, on having chosen the CMU as your university of choice. By making that choice, you have already recognized the value represented by our vision statement, that is to be the university of choice for global leaders. Your choice was not by mistake. Your student life experience here and your success is important to every member of the Caribbean Maritime University. As your acting president, I say feel at home and welcome to the university. I say acting because you have joined us in the midst of important set of changes that are occurring at the university. For one, in just a matter of days, the university will welcome a new president in the person of Professor Andrew Spencer, who takes office on the 12th of this month. We are excited to welcome the new president who takes over from Professor Evan Dorgan, who served as interim president since June 1, 2022, until he recently retired from active service. You will hear from the new president in due course, but while I'm serving in this capacity, I want to reiterate 3 important lessons to you. I want you to take from your journey here at the CMU 3 lessons that I have no doubt the incoming president himself will reinforce when he takes office. The first one is to take responsibility for your learning. Today marks a new chapter in the story of your life, but this chapter is a bit different. The preceding chapters of your life were largely written by others, be it your parents, your guardian, your family members, teachers, and the like. Now you will be the principal author of your next chapter. You now have the opportunity to determine the direction of your new journey. This may seem scary, but this is a new environment with a new set of possibilities and undoubtedly a lot of challenges as well. However, it is also empowering. The great thing is that you are doing something that you have chosen to do, not something chosen for you by others. And above all, you have the opportunity to learn both inside and outside of the classroom. Up to now, most of your learning, and indeed your life, has been very structured. Now you are entering the less structured environment of a university where you will have greater freedom and the responsibility that comes with it. You will now be expected to be more self-reliant. You are responsible for what you do, for ensuring that you do the work that will be required of you. There will be no one to check up on you. You are accountable to yourself. Make sure you attend your lectures, your labs, your tutorials, that you do assignments and read materials advised by your lecturers and tutors. Seize the day, our new freshers. Use up the resources that are available to you, not just physical resources like the library, but the experience and guidance of lecturers and administrators alike. They have much to share that can help make the path ahead easier for you to traverse. What is clear is that you already have the ingredients for success. Irrespective of how you come here, each of you have learned your place at the Caribbean Maritime University. So have you what it takes. Please never forget that. This new level of responsibility also means knowing when you need help. No woman or man is an island. If you find things difficult, please don't run away from it. Seek help. Talk to people, talk to your lecturers, talk to your classmates, your housemates, your friends, the student union body, or any member of our staff. We know that peer support contributes largely to student success. And I also want you to know that there is abundance of support services available to you, including the Office of Student Affairs, the Health and Wellness Unit, and the Student Union, just to mention a few. Some of this will be communicated to you later on during this orientation. Secondly, make the most of your time at the Caribbean Maritime University. One of the great things about university life is the range of new experiences that will be available to you. You will have abundant opportunities to flourish as a student and as a person. At the Caribbean Maritime University, excuse me, many of the opportunities are built into your program, while others are extracurricular. You will learn about some of the co-curricular activities in one of the presentations later this afternoon. So I won't lengthen my presentation by listing all the available opportunities now. Suffice it to say that these activities allow you to acquire skills which are critical for the world of work, such as leadership, teamwork, critical thinking, emotional intelligence, and collaboration. Seize the day. Join one or more of the many clubs and societies on campus. Why not try something you haven't done before? A new opportunity awaits you. Do have the chance now. Please take the best use of it. Getting involved helps your learning, and I advise, do not be a bookworm. My third and final piece of advice is for you to embrace diversity. The university is a melting pot. You have come from different backgrounds and communities to pursue your ambitions as students. In a large institution, this can be very tempting to stick with, especially with familiar, and especially true with respect to the people whom you already associate with in the past. But it will be a lost opportunity to stick with your own all the time. Embrace new opportunity. And by embracing diversity, you get to know people who are different from you. It could be someone from a different part of the country, or from another country, or different religion. Those who have different views to you, or who has different interests and perspectives. You might or might not change as a person by embracing diversity, but you will get better understanding both of yourself and of those who are different from you. Knowing others and understanding others will help you develop as tolerant individuals. In conclusion, take responsibility for your learning. Make the best use of your time at the university and embrace difference. And with those few words of advice, I wish every one of you success at the Caribbean Maritime University, and I am confident that you will find it an immensely rewarding experience. Thank you very much, and do have a wonderful orientation.
Thank you, Professor Adjogano, for that wonderful, wonderful welcome. And as he rightfully said, CMU is a melting pot, so take advantage of every opportunity that is placed before you. Now we're moving into our greeting, and our first greeting comes to us in the form of Keisha Walker, our Acting Vice President of Administration and University Registrar.
Acting President, Professor Ibrahim Adjogana, Keynote Speaker, Dr. Genevieve Metzger, fellow Vice Presidents, Deans and Directors, staff, student leaders, and the most important people in the virtual room this morning, first-year students of the Caribbean Maritime University. Good morning. My name is Keisha Walker, and I'm the Vice President of Administration and University Registrar. And I'm excited this morning to offer greetings to the class of 2026 on behalf of the University Council, management, and staff of the Caribbean Maritime University. Trust me when I say we get it. We understand that you did not have to choose the CMU. We know you had your choice of universities, which is why we are delighted that you decided that the CMU is your place to shine. You're starting your journey at the CMU on the tail end of a trying time for students around the world. And there's one reason for that, COVID-19. You are the first class of new students that will fully attend classes face-to-face since the onset of COVID-19 in 2020. I don't have to tell you how difficult COVID has been for students because you have endured it. Think back to 2020. All of a sudden you were told classes would be held over the internet, and that was not easy. From not being able to get into classes to teachers struggling with online platform, the issue was plentiful. In fact, some of you may not have had all the appropriate tools to get into classes, and yet here you are. Congratulations for having made it this far. We are happy to have you. Starting in September, you will be able to go back to face-to-face classes here on campus. We encourage you to quickly get used to this new environment. Learn about the team members, whether faculty or general staff. Check out our website and social media challenges. Read your student handbook. In other words, check out all the sources of information created to make your life and stay at the CMU easier. While you're doing that, remember COVID's still a keep. And in fact, there's also monkeypox. So you will still be required to follow the safety guidelines such as wearing masks, temperature checks, and sanitization. I encourage you to study hard and commit to the goal you have set yourself to get a degree. Your courses will be challenging, but it would not be rewarding if you did not have to put in the work. Try to get good grades, not only to heap honors on your degree, but to increase your chances of scholarships and grants. Contact our scholarship unit for more information. Become a well-rounded student by contributing to community, playing a sport, or joining a club. There are many ways to enrich your college experience, but it will take you making that effort. The days before you will be wrought with work, but the end result will be worth it. There will come a time when you feel like giving up, and I urge you to persevere and keep moving forward. If it becomes too much, cleave to those closest to you, your family, your friends, your classmates, for encouragement and support. Seek guidance from the Lord to sustain you. Abigail Adams said that learning is not attained by chance. It must be sought for with ardor and attend to with diligence. So be diligent and be steadfast in your academic journey. What looks like 4 years is just 48 months, 1,460 days, and 35,000 hours. Let's count them down together. I wish you all a productive year.
Thank you, Miss Keisha Walker. Now, if you ever need a motivational talk, please visit Miss Walker's office, okay? Now, our next greeting is coming to you from Professor Noel Brown, and he is the Vice President of Academics and Quality Assurance.
Thank you, Ms. Donique Smith, Master of Ceremony. Professor Ibrahim Ajagona, President, CMU Acting. Ms. Keisha Walker, Vice President, Administration and Registrar, Acting. To our guest speaker, Dr. Genevieve Brown-Metzger. Mr. Colin Lyons, who gave us the prayer this morning. Mr. Tasmin Messam, President, CMU Student Union. Colleague Vice Presidents, Deans, other members of faculty and staff, student, new and returning, parents, good morning. I would like to join with my colleagues in welcoming you to the CMU. I know you have a choice of university to partner with in your professional goals, but you chose the CMU. Thank you on behalf of the CMU management, faculty, staff, students, for the confidence and trust that you placed in us. As Vice President, Academic Affairs and Accreditation, I respect and admire your choices, and I take it as an honor and a privilege for the chance to serve you. I know the last 2 years have been difficult. It has been difficult for us all. Since March 2020, when the first reported case of the COVID-19 infection was detected in Jamaica, schools and universities closed their doors and moved to emergency remote learning. Nothing could have prepared us for what was to come. But, as the slogan said, just do it. We did, and you did. Therefore, the fact that you're here this morning, today, would indicate that you would not only have survived, but you have thrived under the difficult circumstances. Congratulations to all of you. I won't stand here and tell you that university life is easy. On the contrary, the next 4 years would be difficult. So please, take it that the last 2 years you have been preparing yourself for university. I tell you something I heard in Russia, so the punchline might be lost in translation. But the story goes that once a high school student asked a university student, how difficult is university? The university student responded that university is so difficult that he does not have time to eat at night or to sleep during the day. So, to be successful, I have a few pointers that I'd like to share with you. The first one is that remember, you're here at CMU to read for your degree. Read for your degree. That means you have to do a lot of reading. If you don't like reading, you need to start now. The first thing that you might want to start reading is your student handbook. So get a copy of the student handbook for the 2022-23 academic year and read it from cover to cover. The handbook contains information that no one will ever tell you unless they must. And maybe by that time, it would have been too late. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Remember, no man is an island, and no man stands alone. Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. Make friends. Learn to work in groups. Collaborate. The people you meet in university will be the same people that you'll meet in the workplace and offices. These people would have the same goals and aspirations as you, so cherish them. They will be your lifelong friends. Listen to your lecturers and your instructors. Make use of them and make use of all the other resources that are provided by the university. Over the next 4 years, try to focus on your professional goals. That might be difficult if you allow yourself to be sidetracked and bombarded by everything else that is happening around you, including parties, relationships, jobs, things like that. It's just 4 years, and time moves fast, and before you know it, your 4 years would have elapsed, and you'll be preparing for graduation. Finally, try to have fun. If you make learning fun, then everything's become easy. Remember that cost of living is high, time is precious, your university education expensive. So please don't waste your time. because you don't want to be here more than the 4 years that you must be here. Thank you again for choosing the CMU. The registrar and her team has put together 2 full days of information that you will need to be successful, so please pay attention. I wish for you a successful orientation session and a successful 4 years here at the CMU. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Brown, for that greeting. What is common about both greetings is that you are encouraged to build a community here, make friends, do collaborative work. It will help in the future. So now we're moving on to our presentations for this morning. Our first presentation comes to us from the Office of Student Affairs. And coming to speak with you is Mr. Michael Chambers, the University Counselor.
Pleasant morning. My name is Michael Chambers. It's truly a happy morning, and I'm anticipating your beautiful faces or your handsome faces as the Office of Student Affairs welcomes you to the Caribbean Maritime University. Our students, the heart of CMU. We believe that you are indeed the heart of the institution to which we serve, we operate, and we extend our intelligence and create an atmosphere of learning, transformation, and digital awareness. What we do at the Students' Affairs, foster good relationship between students, faculty, and administration, promote student success, promote growth and development. Students' Affairs, we have several units that operate within this department, namely placement, discipline, housing, clubs and societies, welfare, sports, counseling and chaplaincy, international student relations, alumni relations, creative arts. We are focusing on these units. Placement unit. This is where the industry awareness program helps to place students on internship. Yes, as students, you must participate in internship programs. This helps you to become a well-rounded student of the Caribbean Maritime University. This also ensures, we're looking at the discipline unit, ensures proper deportment of all students. Yes, we want to know that our students are conforming to our rules and regulations. Ensure students adhere to the university codes of conduct. Yes, indeed, we want you to be familiar with our regulations. Investigate and adjudicate student disciplinary matters and other complaints. Yes, while there may be some infringements, we have the right policies and the protocols in which we adhere to. Assist students transition to university life. This indeed is most important. And finally, assist with the safety and security of all students. Housing. The housing unit oversees the housing, the dorms, and we have the Admiralty Housing Facility. We provide accommodations to students. We must note that housing is limited, and we believe that those persons should apply to the respective unit. Clubs and society. We believe as students, we want you to express yourselves, get into the creative arts, come, be familiar with what we are offering, what is it that you can achieve as a student leader. We must note that in order to participate, we want you to attend weekly seminars, host events, and engage in outreach activities. Clubs and societies are governed by the faculty advisors. Yes, and if there are any clubs that you'd like to participate in, you can indeed contact us. Welfare. This unit focuses on health insurance, earn and learn program, special assistance lunch program, PATH tertiary bursary. Students are indeed encouraged to apply for these programs during the application period. Semester 1, October 2022, Semester 2, February 2022. Please remember these dates. For the PATH tertiary bursary, we are offering this in collaboration with the Ministry of Labor and Social Security. Eligible applicants must already be a PATH beneficiary. Bursary of $100,000, yes? Only Jamaican $100,000. Applications forms are available online or at the Office of Students Affairs. All application forms, along with applicants' progress report, should be returned to this office. Sports, yes, indeed. We have a fantastic teams that are here. Cheerleading, fencing, rowing, football, basketball, netball, rugby, track and field, just to name a few. If you think that you are sports-minded, then contact the sports unit. Sports, indeed, engage the mind, the body, and the soul. Yes, fitness, exercise. Both sports internal and external competitions are held right here at the Caribbean Maritime University. Procedures, how to become a member or to participate on the sports team. Complete online registration. Assign to a group, schedule activities, and then you will be rewarded points. Remember, each unit is being headed by a coordinator. The counseling unit, to which I am of, helps students to maintain good mental health, social, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Both individual and group counselings are facilitated. Sessions are also held virtually and by telephone or face-to-face if you require. Appointments may be made sending an email to the counseling unit. International Students Relations. It provides support for diverse cultures, background, and inclusion. We also appoint International Students Ambassador, assist with the transaction or the transition to student to university life in a foreign country. Alumni relation. Create a strong link between the university and its graduates. Creative arts. If you want to express yourselves in theater, in drama, in performing arts, this is indeed for you. Students, be engaged. At the Caribbean Maritime University, we have several programs, and we want you to have a wholesome university life. Students' Union. We believe in a democratic, student-led organization that seeks to represent, support, and enhance the lives of its members. Student Affairs provide advice and guidance to this union. And so, as I just finally put the icing on the cake, the Office of Student Services or Students Affairs We have our virtual office space, and we want you to visit our virtual space as we continue to do what we do best, to make you the students where we want you to excel in all activities. Thank you as you enjoy the rest of the proceedings.
Thank you, Mr. Chambers, for that wonderful presentation. And just to reiterate, that presentation came from the Office of Student Affairs. Now we will have a special feature on the Sam Sharp Teachers College, a part of the CMU franchise, and this will be done by Prince Lane.
University Acting President, Professor Ibrahim Ajagona, CMU Vice Presidents, the Student Union President, Mr. Tasmin Messam, Keynote Speaker, Dr. Genevieve Brown-Metzer, other CMU officials and staff, parents, and our new first-year students. Welcome. With educational institutions operating in a rapidly changing and evolving space brought about in large part by globalization and the associated technological advancement, the need for institutes to forge partnerships is necessary and inevitable. CMU, guided by the Blue Ocean strategy of creating newer markets and attracting new demand, coupled with the recognition of need and demand for maritime education and training in the Western Jamaica, sailed west. Through the vision and leadership of Captain Spinock, MVCMU sailed west, and CMU forged a partnership with the premier teacher training institute in Western Jamaica, Sam Sharp Teachers College. MVCMU has been docked for the past 8 years as operations continues. Aboard in 2015 were the pioneers, pursuing the bachelor's in logistics and supply chain management. Immaculately dressed in black and white uniforms, they stood out. They engaged and were immersed in the SSTC family, enjoying the best of both institutions. From sports day to end-of-year dinner, love feast, netball, football, the pioneers were actively involved. By September 2016, the engineers joined the team, and so did the part-time students. On board was a new offering, the Bachelor's of Industrial Engineering. Today, 2 programs are offered at the Western Campus, Industrial Engineering and Logistics and Supply Chain Management. Our current enrollment is approximately 300 students. Guided by the mantra, 2 institutions, 1 campus, students are able to access library facilities, outfitted with relevant course material, health services, computer labs, counseling services, a tuck shop, and the option to purchase a hot meal for only $300 per day. In addition, students are able to access boarding facilities on campus. This year, all rooms will be single occupancy. Persons interested in boarding should apply to the Sam Sharp Teachers College through the Office of the Registrar. Here at the Western Campus, students benefit from small class sizes, which enable excellent student-faculty interactions, while enjoying the economic advantage of tertiary education while residing at home. Our graduates have excelled and are employed in a wide range of areas, including customs, immigration, and port management, and are logisticians and managers in major companies. As cargo operation continues on the MV Western Campus, the overall coordinating is done by yours truly in collaboration with Mrs. Tracy Olness and our admin assistant, Mrs. Foster. Our administrative office on campus is currently manned by one admin assistant, another to be added soon. Regular opening hours, Monday to Friday, 8:15 to 4:15, with extension until 8:30 to accommodate part-time students and faculty. All services offered at the main campus are also available, such as, for faculty, all class and day-to-day student-related issues, registry, request for transcript and status letter, etc., treasury, payments and queries about financial status, student services, distribution of L cards, etc., and digital transformation, distribution of IDs. The student union is well represented on the campus with a vice president of academics and activities, male and female sport coordinators, secretary treasurer, and public relations officers. This helped to keep the students informed and up to date with all new developments from the union. As we return to face-to-face classes in this presumed post-COVID-19 period, we are looking forward to sports day activities, visits to main campus for various events, field trips, etc. As you join the CMU Western Campus family, let me assure you, you have made the best decision. You are at the right place at the right time. Excel and take your place among the world-class logisticians and industry leaders. Looking forward to seeing you and meeting you all. Please reserve your questions and queries for our academic advising session tomorrow at 9 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lane, for that presentation from the Sam Sharp Teachers College, a part of our CMU franchise. Now we invite you to pay attention to your screen as we have a special feature from the Monique franchise from Leroy Harvey.
My name is Leroy Harvey, Vice Principal of Academics at Monique College. Welcome to the Monique College, a multidisciplinary tertiary institution with campuses in St. Anne, St. Mary, and St. Catherine. The college has been offering the Bachelor of Science degree in Logistics and Supply Chain Management at its Monique main campus for the past 6 years. A memorandum of understanding was drafted in 2016 with what was then CMI, and as the transformation to university status for CMU became a reality, the logistics program grew here at Monique. The logistics students here are treated as CMU students, donning the CMU uniform daily, completing the identical program offered at CMU, and having some of their lecturers coming to us from CMU's main campus in Kingston. Their lecturers at Monique College are trained in logistics and supply chain management by CMU faculty, and all have their master's or doctoral degrees in various academic disciplines. The students here at Monique are well trained, and most have become remarkable scholars, with some becoming members of the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society, an international scholastic order with headquarters in the United States. One of our students is currently on the CMU President's Honor Roll, while several of them have made the Dean's Honor Roll. A number of our students have graduated from CMU, some with high honors. The main campus of Monique College is located in the town of Monique, St. Anne, a parish known for its salubrious climate, lush vegetation, and majestic undulating hills. The college sits on several acres of land, with a campus boasting a farm, a large sporting facility, and boarding accommodations for students. The college is situated in close proximity to the North-South Highway and along the main traditional artery to the nearby towns of Ocherius and Linstead. This means that the campus can be easily accessed by persons traveling from anywhere in Jamaica. While most of our logistics students here are from St. Anne, St. Mary, and St. Catherine, we also have students from many other parishes across Jamaica. Some choose to live on campus, while others prefer to travel home daily. The campus has a wide range of extracurricular activities, including close to 15 clubs and societies, a strong musical tradition with the Monique College Band being widely recognized. And on campus here, we have a recording studio which was established. A remarkable sporting program is also at Monique College, with our athletic director being a former Sunshine Girls netball captain. Our sports teams have done well in the intercollegiate competitions, going up against teams like UWI, GC Foster, UTEC, MICO, just to name a few. Our CMU logistics students are encouraged to participate in all of these extracurricular activities as we seek to develop our students in a holistic manner. Monique College looks forward to continuing this partnership with the Caribbean Maritime University, just as we do with other universities in Jamaica and abroad. To ensure that the bond remains strong, we will continue to pursue other areas of cooperation. We are looking at the possibility of franchising other academic programs from CMU, and the two that are getting the most attention now are the Bachelors in Security Management and Administration and the Bachelors in Engineering in Industrial Systems. While the details are not yet worked out, the discussions had begun prior to COVID-19. We are looking forward to a more robust relationship as we unite to serve the youth of Jamaica. Monique College greets and welcomes our incoming students in the Logistics and Supply Chain Management program, and we look forward to a very productive academic year. We also would like to express best wishes to all the students on all campuses offering the CMU programs. For those who are still undecided, we leave you with our motto. And the motto for Monique College is, Monique College, your opportunity for success. Have a good academic year, 2022 to 2023, and may all do well.
Thank you, Mr. Harvey, for that presentation. I hope that you were able to grasp something from the information from the Monique campus. Now we're going to pause here with the presentations so that you are able to hear something from our keynote speaker this morning. And coming to introduce our keynote speaker is Miriam Baker, a student of the Faculty of Shipping and Logistics.
Pleasant morning to all. My name is Miriam Baker, and I will be introducing the keynote speaker today, Genevieve Brown-Metzger. Genevieve Brown-Metzger served as Jamaica's Consul General between 2008 and 2012, where she dedicated most of her time to promoting foreign direct investment and trade. She is the founder and the president of the American Caribbean Maritime Foundation, a U.S. nonprofit that funds scholarships, equipment, and classrooms to educate future mariners. She is a 30-year public relations and marketing veteran, applying her expertise in the fields of foreign investment and trade, and maritime education in the region. She is also the executive editor and host of Diplomatically Speaking, a podcast about Caribbean foreign, economic affairs, and culture. She writes and speaks on Caribbean diaspora and challenges the notion of brain drain in a transnational and technological world, recently moderating the UN Global Diaspora Conference. Her articles and blogs on diaspora appears on the International Diaspora Engagement Alliance website, in the Science and Diplomatically Journal, in the her articles Her articles and blogs on diaspora appears on the International Diaspora Engagement Alliance website, in the Diplomacy and Journal, in the many Caribbean online and print media. Dr. Ron Metzgard served on the USAID Migration Policy Institute think tank on diaspora, leading to the inaugural Global and Diaspora Forum in Washington 2011. Spearheaded by then Secretary of State Clinton, and contributed to the seminal book Diasporas, New Partners in Global Diaspora Strategy, and to the forum's toolkit. She was president, Emerging Markets at the Ruder Finn, now Finn Partners, a global public relations firm which acquired her company, Genevieve Brown Associates, in the early 90s. During her tenure at Ruder Finn, she established the American Foundation for the University of the West Indies, AFUWI, and built out its boards of directors. She also represented Rhodes University, South Africa, and established the university's fundraising program in the US. She has been featured on the New York Times, Fox Television New York, Black Entertainment Television, BET, InStyle magazine, and several Caribbean and Maritime publications. She is a founding member of the Caribbean Chamber of Commerce, Union of Jamaica Alumni Association, USA, and is a member of the boards of directors of the St. George's Society of New York, the James Lewis Foundation, and University of Pennsylvania Friends of Penn's Relays. A devotee of the arts and an amateur violinist, she founded the Amadeus Circle, a classical music group at the Paramount Center for the Arts in New York. She also is a founding member of Opera Ebony, the longest-running Black opera company in the U.S. Dr. Brown Metzgar is the recipient of numerous awards and acknowledgments from government and private sector entities in the United States and CARICOM. She earned a master's in political science from the Columbia University and received an honoris causa from the University of Technology in Jamaica in recognition of outstanding public service to Jamaica and diaspora leadership. She is married to the economist and professor Dr. Stephen Metzgar. They have 2 grown daughters and 3 children. I now present to you the Honorable Dr. Genevieve Brown Metzgar. Good morning, Dr. Metzgar. Oh, your mic is muted. I can't hear you.
Okay, awesome.
Yes, it's perfect now.
Thank you very much for that introduction.
You're most welcome.
Acting President Dr. Ajaluna, deans, faculty members and staff, parents and students, good morning. It has been many decades since I've attended one of these exercises, of course, not as a presenter, but as a student, wide-eyed, excited, anxious, and hopeful. So I understand what you're feeling this morning. And I want to encourage you today, you are at the right place at the right time. As you would have seen over the last 3 years, logistics and shipping have come out of the shadows to be unveiled for the critical industry it is to the global trade and economic development. So take all those feelings and channel them into a plan, keeping your dreams front and center. And don't worry, you will achieve your dreams. You have so much support at the CMU, and of course the ACMF is here to help you as well. And on behalf of my board of directors, I want to send a special shout out to Dr. Ajaguna, who has been really such a critical support to our organization when we initially started some 5 years ago. I want to talk about something that is often, want to share with you really, something that is often overlooked when we talk about workplace and recruitment. And I've titled my presentation today, "There's Nothing Soft About Soft Skills in the workplace." And you would ask, what are soft skills and why do they matter? First, let me acknowledge the global recruitment platform, Indeed, on which I'm drawing for my presentation and for the pointed title, of course, of my talk, "There's Nothing Soft About Soft Skills." I came to America over 50 years ago. I was 15 years old, wide-eyed, excited about being here, anxious about entering into high school and of course later into college. And like all of you, I suppose most of you, I had a lot of questions. Where would I fit? And if I worked hard and got great, marks, would that be enough for me to achieve my dreams here in America? Of course, I was confronted with the fact that this is an extremely competitive country. But the reality is the Caribbean is also competitive. And what is happening there now, just globally, but particularly in the shipping industry, highlights the competitive nature of the industry. And also highlights the tremendous opportunity that each of you has to shine. There's a lot of buzz about soft skills these days, and a growing awareness that these personality traits, habits, and behaviors are key to professional success. But what role do they actually play in the workplace and beyond? It might seem that soft skills in the workplace, such as emotional intelligence, and I heard that referenced, I believe, in Dr. Ajaguna's remarks earlier, creativity and flexibility wouldn't matter as much in an era of nonstop technological innovation. On the contrary, they are more important than ever. These are uniquely human capabilities that can't be replaced or automated. They're like our superpowers. So it's time to start using these powers for good, but we must gain a deeper understanding of what soft skills actually are in order to leverage them. Soft skills are often misunderstood, so it's important to clarify what this term means. Some think it's the ability to be nice or friendly, but soft simply means that these skills aren't easily measurable. Soft skills in the workplace are distinct from hard skills such as coding, search engine optimization, or the ability to speak a language. We can demonstrate hard skills through things like assessments, certifications, and education. When it comes to hiring, hard skills often receive more emphasis because they're easy to quantify and prove. However, soft skills are equally valuable, if not more so, in my opinion. So some of the soft skills in the workplace would include dependability, getting to classes, getting to job on time, adaptability, teamwork, ability to get along, time management. I love this one, grit, confidence, and drive. So, you find that there are kids who are brilliant academically. They get A's and they do well, but confidence and drive, a little questionable. Communication skills. And one of my favorite, common courtesy, which you will find these days perhaps is not as common as they ought to be. Soft skills are becoming more important for all aspects of hiring. But why is this happening now? Technologies such as artificial intelligence, automation, and robotics are changing the way we work, and this trend will only continue. Some have wondered if workers would be replaced by robots, but instead we're seeing the opposite. Distinctly human capabilities are more in demand than ever. Many hard skills can be automated, but capabilities such as empathy, analytical thinking, emotional intelligence cannot be programmed and quantified. For example, we use empathy when we need to understand other people's perspectives or put ourselves in their shoes, such as when conflicts arise between coworkers or when coaching a team member who is struggling. It's unlikely that a conflict resolution robot will be invented anytime soon to prepare for the needs of tomorrow's workforce. So focus on hiring for soft skills today. I'm going to share a case study with you of why this matters. Maybe this will bring it home a little more closely than the esoteric. Let's consider one important soft skill, emotional intelligence. This refers to the ability to regulate emotions and how we display them. It's an invaluable skill because it helps people navigate and respond appropriately to challenges. In fact, some experts say that emotional control is the most important soft skill at work. So somebody says something to you that you find insulting, doesn't sit right with you. You feel that they're being too critical, or your tendency is to want to get back at them and blow up. That may not be the right response. Employees with good emotional control are self-aware and know how to keep their feelings from bubbling over. Not that they're repressing them, they're managing them. They're not allowing their feelings to manage them, but they are managing their feelings. They understand their weak points and triggers, which helps them minimize unnecessary conflict and avoid overreacting. Similarly, emotional control enables people to stay cool under pressure that make better decisions. This is a huge asset for employees, particularly in today's high-stress world. Hiring for emotional control can make the difference between a candidate who looks great on paper and someone who will excel once they're hired. Say you hire a team leader who has many years of experience and a master's of business administration from a top school, but has poor emotional control. He or she might blow up employees instead of offering constructive feedback, or shut down when he feels frustrated. So I could go into this more, but I think you get the idea. And this talk is really to motivate you to really look inward a little bit of where you are as an individual, and certainly where you are as a student and where you're going in your career. It really is to encourage you that you've got the goods to succeed, and to be confident, to speak up, to know when it's appropriate not to speak up, to manage your emotions, to strengthen these areas of dependability and courtesy, and to use this experience in college to really test and nurture those skills. This is the time to do it. You have the support of your advisors, of deans, of faculty, of your friends. Make the mistakes now at CNU in a safe environment where you will be able to get the support that you need. And with that, I want to thank you very much for listening and to wish you an incredible academic year.
We must have soft skills in order to be successful, not just in our own spheres, but also in the workplace. We are moving right along with our program this morning, and we are going to be hearing some student testimonials. They are coming from Ashley Dakers and Adam Bogle. Now, these will be on your screens, so I want you to pay attention as we move into our testimonials.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Ashley Dakers, and I am a fourth year student at the CMU Money College campus. It's a pleasure to be here. So, I just have a few points that I would like to share with all of you. Firstly, I think this is a very important point. When I had started CMU, there was a bit of the institution was in a bit of a tight spot. On that note, some of those comments may filter down to you guys as students, but here are my points to you. Ignore them. They have nothing to do with you guys. Come to school and do what you came to do. Respect yourselves and the institution that you attend. And lastly, just do your best. Fulfill your responsibilities as students and continue to restore honor to not only to yourselves, but also to our prestigious institution. The next point I have is that I implore you all to find purpose in your studies. It's one that cannot be overemphasized. It's not for your parents, it's not for your sibling, it's not because an aunt or uncle or a brother or a sister attended CMU. It's for you. Find the reason why you're coming to school. It will help to push you. It will give you that extra shove, that drive, that motivation that you need to endure the hardships that you will face as a student. All right. I also implore you guys to get involved. Another point that we cannot overemphasize. Um, these activities, these clubs, societies, groups, they not only build character development, but also aid you professionally. You learn transferable skills and you also find a community, a group of persons that enjoy what you have doing as well. And I think the last point the second to last point, when I was in sixth grade, the bursar of my prep school had said to me, Ash, you know, you don't have to pay to go to school, right? And to be honest, I didn't understand up until my first year of university. What he simply meant is that there are grants, there are opportunities, there are scholarships out there for students just like myself and just like you as well. You need to seek them, you need to prepare yourselves, you need to actually apply for these scholarships on time and in full, and just hope and pray. That's really just it. Something I always hear students mention, they can't find, or there's none out there for them, or there are no opportunities. And that's not true. Because from my second through to fourth year, my tuition and other expenses have been funded all by scholarships. I have not paid a red cent from my own pocket. So there are opportunities out there for students. You need to seek them. Another thing is that why you may not be finding scholarships and opportunities is because you don't meet the requirements. So you see some, but you don't have the grades, or you're not involved in activities, extracurricular activities. You don't have the required skills. Go beforehand, research these scholarships, see what the requirements are, and prepare yourselves and apply on time. And lastly, is that I implore you all to set goals for yourselves. Every single year, how I do it is that I make a mantra for myself. So for my first year, it was I cannot afford to fail. Really, because I had taken out a student loan. And when you're in debt, you really cannot afford to fail at all. My second year is that my education is my responsibility. That's something I need to resonate with you all as well. Third year was success occurs when opportunity meets preparation. And my last year, my final point to you all is that success is the sum of small efforts that are repeated. So continue to work on those tasks that you're being given today, and it will add up to a great sum. Thank you all, and have a great time here at the Caribbean Maritime University.
So much, Ashley. Now, we know that speaking to you from the administrative side of things may seem okay, they're trying to sell us, but when you hear it from a student who has been a part of our family, then it's more believable, right? I know. So we're going to be hearing from another student now. This is our student union president for this academic year, who is in the person of Tasman Messam. Now pay attention to your screen as he is coming to you now.
Thank you very much and good morning one and all. A special welcome to my new students. I am Tasman Mess. I'm the president of the student union here at the Caribbean Maritime University. I just want to use this time to welcome all new students to the Spartan family. We are delighted you decided to join our team. Making the decision to go to university is a very tough one if you think about it from a financial aspects and a personal aspect. But when you do embark on your dream, at times it will feel pressuring and overbearing. But I will leave you with a few advice. Number one, make friends while you go along. This will help you to go through all academic burden that you're feeling. Be like an orca that we will know as a killer whale, where we travel in pods because that way we are stronger together. As Professor Brown mentioned, no man is an island, so therefore no man should stand alone. I remember when I just embarked at the Caribbean Maritime University, I didn't know anyone. I'm just this student from all the way from Otres here in the big city. And when I just got in my class, I was by myself, and then I met my friend. We are great friends up till date. And I'm now in my 4th year, and I'm glad I met those friends because without them, I don't know if I'd be here right now to address you as my new students. So ensure that you are engaged and you are meeting up with friends that will help you go through. My second advice to you is that you should get involved and be active around your institution. Let's be known, join clubs, join societies. You don't want to be that student that they will say you come in as Johnny Cake and you leave as, no, we don't want that. We want to be that student to say that, oh, you know that John was a part of this club and he represented CMU well, or John was a part of the student union and he represented the students well. Be known. This will help you to build your interpersonal being and strengthen your emotional self. And trust me, it will prepare you to join the real world. My third advice to you is that remember, the Caribbean Maritime University Student Union is here for you. We work with you and we work for you. We are here to represent you and build that bridge, fill that gap between the students and the administrative body of the university. And as our student union motto says, breaking limits through innovation, as we go back to normalcy, we as a student will break limits through innovation. Once again, I am Tasman Messam, your union president. Thank you. And I'm expecting to meet you all when you do go back to school.
Thank you so much, Mr. Messam, sounding very, very presidential. Now, I know we've been talking a lot, so we want to pause here to have an entertainment item from our CMU Creative Arts.
Some dreams live on in time forever. Those dreams you want with all your heart, and I'll do whatever it takes for your good. I put my spirit to the test. If I could breathe, some days I'm meant to be remembered. Those days you rise above the stars. So I'll go the distance this time, seeing more the higher I climb. That the more I believe, all the more that this dream will be mine. If I could reach higher, the forward moment touch the sky. Moments in my life, I'm gonna be stronger. Know that I've tried my very best. I put my spirit to the test. If I could breathe, if I could reach higher, just forward moment touch the sky. Moments in my life, I'm gonna be stronger. Know that I'm trying my very best. I put my spirit to the test. If I could breathe, moment touch the sky. Moments in my life, I'm gonna be stronger. Know that I'm trying my very best. I put my spirit to the test. If I could breathe.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for that item. I'm sure we are all encouraged and feeling like we can reach the sky, right? So now we're going to jump right back into our presentations for this morning. Now we are going to be having a presentation from the exams and admissions requirements from Ms. Janique Dennis, or examinations manager.
Good morning, students. Welcome to the Caribbean Maritime University. We are so excited that you selected our institution as your university of choice. I am Janique Dennis, and I am here representing the registry. Our role here at the registry is to ensure that every student receive the best university experience. We are responsible for application, acceptance, registration, progression, assessment, and completion. There are 5 units within the registry: admissions, student records, examination, scholarship and financial aid, and certification. Now, before I proceed with our presentation, I invite you to log on to our Caribbean Maritime University website at www.cmu.edu.jm. Now, if you have participated in our registration exercise, you would have received the login credentials for our student registration system. Now let's take a look at admissions. There are 4 steps to the admissions process. Step 1, application. Step 2, acceptance. Step 3, pre-registration, and step 4, registration. Now, the admissions process is only finished when all 4 steps are complete. Now, let's take a look at pre-registration. For those of you who have participated in our registration exercise, you should be familiar with this step. But for those of you who have recently received your CSEC results and are pending invitation to our registration exercise, you will experience step 3. Now, at pre-registration, you will be required to confirm acceptance of the offer. You will require to verify your personal information on record. You will also be issued a CMU email address and password. Now, point to note here, students, your student email is not a souvenir. You are required to use it to communicate to your instructors and staff here at CMU. You will be also assigned a specific group and stream at pre-registration. Now, point to note, at pre-registration, no payment is required. Now, you will be issued a pre-registration receipt, which will take you into step 4, which is registration. Now, registration here at CMU means you have met your financial obligation. Once you have registered, you will have access to identification card, access to courses and classrooms, access to library facilities and databases, access to health insurance, access to sporting teams, access to boarding if available, and access to workshop and labs. You will also receive access to registry services for your student records. At the end of registration, you will also be issued a student authorization card as displayed on the screen. Now let's take a look at student records. What are your student records and how do you access them? Now, our student records refer to your letters, such as your status, embassy, funding, and completion letter. It also includes your official transcripts, as well as your signed unofficial transcript. It also includes academic verification for your employee checks, as well as verification of enrollment for those of you who will be doing the work and travel program for your health insurance and for your health institution. Now let's take a look at examinations. Now, we encourage students to read your student handbook and understand the rules and regulations. There are several types of examinations here at CMU. Your midterm, end of semester, popularly known as final examinations, reset or supplementals, repeat, special, and oral examination. Now, each bachelor's degree is 4 years in length. However, you have up to 7 years in which to complete a degree. The pass mark for most courses here at CMU is 50%. However, for some courses within the Faculty of Marine and Nautical Studies, the pass mark is 60. Now, grades are posted on your student registration system by lecturers. However, you must be financially cleared. All courses contribute to the overall grade point average, including the mandatory industrial awareness, which is valued at 3 credits. Now, here are some required materials for your face-to-face examination. You are required to have your identification card and your examination card. Now, your examination card is issued via the student registration system. And of course, you must be financially cleared to access your examination card. Our examination card has a security feature, and so it cannot be tampered with or duplicated. Now let's take a look at exception registration. Exception registration are for those students who failed the course and are required to do a resit or a repeat. It is also for those students who miss an examination due to extenuating circumstances and have qualified for a supplemental examination. Now, step 1, application and submission, and step 4, confirmation, are done by the applicant. Other services of the examinations department includes the processing of examination caches, examination issue logs, exam passes, grade queries, examination remark, as well as exam incident reporting. Now, I understand that this is a wealth of information, and so we will be having our examinations webinar in December 2022. Now let's take a look at our scholarship and financial aid. The university manages several scholarships, including our Caribbean Shipping Association Monica Silvera Scholarship, our New Fortress Energy Scholarship, and our Embassy of the People's Republic of China Scholarship. We also have our university awards, such as Academic Excellence, Sports Award, Student Governance, Excellence in Co-Curricular Award, and Excellence in Community Involvement. Now this takes us to our final step, and this is where we want to see our students. This is where your parents want to see you at this final stone. Now, for you to be a successful candidate, you must have completed your foundation courses or fulfillment of the conditional acceptance requirements. You must complete all your TAL modules and successfully complete your final projects. Of course, you must satisfy all your financial requirements and obligations, and of course, fulfill the obligation to the library. The university issues certificates 3 times per year, and this coincides with the end of the 3 academic semester. Now, this brings us to the end of the presentation. Should you have any questions or concerns, we invite you to email us at the registry@cmu.edu.jm. If you have recently received your CSEC results, we invite you to email us at apply@cmu.edu.jm. You may also call us at 876-618-7447. That is 876-618-7447. Our principal officers in the registry are Ms. Keisha Walker, Acting VP of Administration and University Registrar. Yours truly, Janique Dennis, Examinations Manager here at CMU, and Mr. Ricardo Marriott, our Senior Admissions Officer at CMU. Students, we want to see you succeed. Again, thank you for selecting the Caribbean Maritime University as your institution of choice. Enjoy the rest of your orientation.
Thank you so much, Miss Dennis. As she mentioned, the CMU is here for you from beginning to end. Now, we want to see you succeed. We want to see you at the end of 4 years leave here with your degree. Now, you may have some questions regarding finances. Miss Dennis mentioned a lot about financial clearance. Now, we're going to move right into our presentation from the Accounts and Finance Department. And coming to speak with you at this time is Miss Misha Sutherland Brown, and she is the Manager of Accounts Receivables.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Caribbean Maritime University. On behalf of the Treasurer, Ms. Joy Patricia Harrison, and the rest of the Treasury team, I'd like to give a hearty welcome to you and wish for you all the best during your time at the Caribbean Maritime University. All right, the Treasury Department ultimately deals with the overall financial of the Caribbean Maritime University. The unit of the billings and the receivables has direct responsibility for student matters relating to finances. We are a part of the registration process, actually an integral part of the registration process, because as students, you will have to make payments in order for you to be fully registered. So to be a registered student at the CMU, you must first pre-register. If you don't pre-register, we can't give you a financial clearance. The financial clearance allows you to do your online classes, attend face-to-face classes. It allows you to write examinations at the end of each semester. It allows you to access services from the Caribbean Maritime University. I'm so sorry. So, to access these things, as I said before, you have to be financially cleared. There are different statuses that you will see when you log into your student registration system, that is the SRS. First, you'll be in a draft state. This draft state does not mean that you're allowed to do anything with the university in terms of accessing the library or any other resources of the university. If you're on accounts hold, it means the same thing as draft. You're not able to do anything without moving to a conditional clearance or a fully cleared student. When you're conditionally cleared, it means that there are some conditions that will allow you to have access to some resources of the university. When you're fully cleared, you will have access to everything. So say, for example, I know that some of you students would have been interested in the work and travel program. So if, say, for example, we say to you, you are to pay a certain amount of money, and you only pay probably a $5,000 less, we'll say to you, you have to be fully cleared. You're in a conditional state. So to move to a full clearance, we ask that you pay the difference in order for you to get full access. So full access, fully cleared means you have made all financial obligations. Through the academic year, the status on one's account can shift, as I explained before. So it can shift from pre-registration all the way up to fully financially cleared. If you're not conditionally cleared or financially cleared, you will not have any access. There are no monthly repayment plans at the Caribbean Maritime University. The Student Loan Bureau, SLB, they offer a pay-as-you-study program that you can access and pay. Either you or your parents can pay out of your salaries on a monthly basis to the Student Loan Bureau. We do not offer that facility, so please, I'm asking that no one request this because it is not available. So, to be financially cleared for semester one, you need to put the appropriate arrangements in place, and tuition and auxiliary fees must be settled according to the university's standards and criteria. The university offers a payment plan to students where in the first semester you're allowed to pay 40% of your tuition and the full auxiliary fees. Please do not ask for a payment plan on auxiliary fees, because it will not be given. Auxiliary fees are to be paid in full. This covers your ID, it covers your insurance, etc. In the second semester, before you start the second semester, that is, you have to pay 35% to be allowed to continue in the Caribbean Maritime University. The remaining 25%, this is paid before exams. We ask that you fulfill all your financial obligations before examination or stick within the payment plan for that semester in order for you to access your exam cards and to access any resources from the university. And this plan is for the undergraduate program. For the graduate program, we allow you to pay 1/3 of your tuition in the first semester, plus the full auxiliary fees. In semester 2, you pay up to 2/3. In semester 3, you pay everything. That's the full tuition, full auxiliary fees by the 3rd semester. And all of these fees must be paid before you're registered for each semester, or else you will not be able to access the resources of the university. And on a point to note though, as students, even though you may have a payment plan that is structured, I encourage you that in between these plans, if you have money that you can put on your tuition, to go ahead and do it. I remember a past student some time ago. He was one of those students who was very dedicated towards paying his tuition. What he did, he has $500 this week. It may sound funny. He has only $500 this week and put it on the tuition. Come next week, he have $1,000 and put it on the tuition. So I'm saying everything that you pay, it helps to reduce the balance that you have with the university. So when examination come, you will not be having any challenges. If you need a letter to go somewhere, you will not have a challenge. You would have paid up your tuition in the appropriate time or the time stipulated by the university. For those students who are interested in the accommodation at the Admiralty, we allow for you to pay 50% of the accommodation fee, full internet fee, full caution fee. Please do not ask for an alternate plan. This is the plan that we have. You have to pay according to the plan that is stipulated in order for you to be allowed in the facilities. The deadlines, however, are not available at this time, but you will be advised in subsequent communication. Financial clearance for students who opt to use the Student Loan Bureau. What the university says in the first semester is that you pay your full auxiliary fees. You must be able to show that you have applied to the Student Loan Bureau, and in doing so, we ask that you ensure that you are on the list that is sent to us on a daily basis from the Student Loan Bureau. For the first semester only, we will accept all statuses from an application status at A to an E status of being fully compliant to the Student Loan Bureau's stipulation. We're also saying to you that the responsibility for your status is to clear from an A to an E on the Student Loan Bureau's website is yours. It is not the it's not CMU's responsibility to get those statuses up to an E. For the first semester only, we will accept statuses A to E. When second semester comes, you have to be at a D status or an E status, or else you will not be able to register for semester 2. I repeat, for semester 2, you must be at a D status or an E status for you to be registered for semester 2. The responsibility is yours. Please ensure that Student Loan Bureau update your status. Please ensure that you take in the stipulated documents at the time when you're supposed to. By February of second semester, your loan will be canceled if you don't take in all your documents, if you don't do what Student Loan Bureau says to you. It will be canceled, and then you will have issues at the Caribbean Maritime University. You will not be able to register for semester 2. If you are getting a scholarship or a grant, kindly ensure that the scholarship letters are submitted to Treasury, and it is also submitted to registry. A grant does not cover full tuition. A scholarship may or may not cover your full tuition and your auxiliary fees as well. You have to pay attention to what the letter says. You can't assume that the letter covers tuition, and you can't assume that the letter covers tuition and auxiliary fees if you don't read. That is something I see with CMU students. They don't like to read. I'm asking you, new students, please read everything, read all the fine prints, read, read, read. All right, our preferred payment methods. Over the years, we've been having issues with payment options. We have given students different methods, different ways of making payments for convenience, for ease, but these three methods that are displayed, we ask that you use them. The Paymaster, when you use Paymaster, you can go online, you can sit in the convenience of your living room or wherever you are, as long as you have internet connection, and you can make a payment online. You can go to any Paymaster location, island-wide, and you can make your payments. These payments goes to your account within 2 to 3 business days. Saturday and Sunday are not business days for CMU. They go through Monday to Friday, 2 to 3 business days. The in-house cashier, we accept manager's check, no personal check, so don't carry a check from your aunt or your uncle and say, oh, miss, the check is good, can you take it? We will not accept it. Manager's check or an approved check from a company. We take credit cards and we take debit cards as well. The Caribbean Maritime University has introduced a new payment option, that is the FAC, that is shown on the SRS portal. This option allows you to make a payment anywhere in the world. As long as you have a Visa debit card or a credit card, you can make a payment directly to your account online. And this is updated immediately. So we encourage you to use this option number 3 instead, because your account is updated same time. There are challenges that we have with NCB bill payment. We ask that you do not use this method because we're not able to know who is making the payment. Do not make payment at the ATM. And when you make payment through other financial institutions, we have issues if you don't put the correct information there for the payments. General information, you can get the tuition fees online, you don't have to email, it is all there online. And there online, on the screen, we have some treasury contacts that you can use, but our general email contact is accounts@cmu.edu.jm. Thank you for listening, and have a great day.
Thank you so much, Ms. Sutherland Brown. We know that being financially cleared is important, and so we want to ensure that we provide all of the necessary arrangements for you to have your financial clearance. Now, at this time, we are going to take the presentation from the Office of Planning and Development, and coming to speak with you is Ms. Melanie Auld, Executive Assistant.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Melanie Auld, and I'm coming to you from the Office of Planning and Development. Now, the Office of Planning and Development has 6 areas of responsibilities. These are the Strategic Planning Unit, Monitoring and Evaluation Unit, Center for Maritime Affairs, Institutional Research and Business Intelligence, Facilities Management and Special Projects, Procurement Service Unit. Now, these 6 areas are headed by our Vice President, Dr. Aaron McLean. Now, for the purpose of this presentation, though, I will be introducing the area that you would most likely be interacting with, and that is the Facilities Management Department. Now, the Facilities Management Department is headed by a facilities manager by the name of Mr. Donovan Smith. In his remit, he has the Logistics Office, the Maintenance Office, which is headed by Mr. Nyron Brown, and the Facilities Office, which is headed by Miss Norkia Pinnock. Now, the Logistics Office manages the university's fleet vehicles. They also manage the maintenance of those vehicles, the operations of those vehicles, and they manage the licensing and insurance of those vehicles. That office also manages the scheduling of meeting rooms and other public spaces located on any one of our campus, which is the main campus, the Port Royal campus, and in other campuses around Jamaica. Now, the CMU has an internal operated bus system that is available to all students free of cost. The bus operates between the hours of 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., and it operates within the Harborview area, the main campus, the Port Royal campus, and the dormitories, which are located in Port Royal. So that is our internal bus system. But we also have external bus provider, which is the JUTC bus service. We have partnered with JUTC to ensure that you have transportation between downtown Kingston, Port Royal, the main campus, the Port Royal campuses. Now, the bus schedule is available within the Office of Student Affairs. We can get you that information. Just contact the Office of Student Affairs and make them aware that you want that schedule. Now, the maintenance office manages the university's buildings, grounds, landscape. They are also in charge of the maintenance of equipment such as AC units, fans, refrigerators, and they fix leakages, they fix lighting, and they manage the pest control. The facilities office manages the cleaning and sanitation of all offices, public spaces, classroom, etc. Now, we encourage you, our students, to be our eyes and our ears by reporting any issue you may observe while you're on campus. You can report it directly to your faculty or get in direct contact with us. You may email us at facilities@cmu.edu.jm. We invite you to briefly explain what the issue is, give details on the location and the kind of assistance that's needed, and if possible, include your name and contact information. There are other facilities that are available at the CMU. So we have food and beverages to offering from Tasties Jamaica. We have 2 tuck shops located on the main campus, and there's a tuck shop located on the Port Royal campus. And coming in September, when you get on and in your classes, we will be having other food providers coming soon, such as Reggae Jamming. Now, these food providers will be operating Mondays to Fridays between the hours 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. and limited opening hours on the weekend. Now, other facilities available at the CMU are the computer laboratories, the library, we have gazebos, and we have outdoor seating. Now, all these facilities are available for you and to you. We are here to serve you. But there are a few things that we would like our new students to know. We'll call them the Big 6. 3 do's and 3 don'ts that we expect from you. So students, we discourage the removal of furniture from classroom and common areas. Now, each furniture is accounted for on our asset management register. If you move them from the classroom, this will mess with our tracking. So we discourage the movement of furniture. We also discourage the wasting of consumables such as hand paper towels, tissues, and sanitizers. These will be made available to you in bathroom areas and strategic locations around the campus. We also discourage you from using your cell phones to control the AC units. While we know you want the freedom to control the AC units, to set it at a temperature to your liking and are most comfortable with, we discourage this activity because it causes the ACs to malfunction. But don't worry, we have caretakers who will turn on the AC in the mornings for you and turn it off in the afternoons. So we are here to ensure that you are comfortable. And remember, you can always get in contact with us if you need any additional service. So while we do discourage these activities, we do encourage you to use the garbage receptacles that are available around the campus, and we also encourage you to recycle. We also encourage you to use the hand washing stations. There are several hand washing stations available all around the campus in strategic locations. Remember, we are still in a pandemic. COVID-19 and monkeypox is our current reality. Now, it is our duty and your duty to protect ourselves and one another. So, we hope that you have an amazing experience here. Remember, you will spend 2 to 4 years, and in some cases, up to 7 years here. My advice to you is get comfortable being uncomfortable. Get involved, make new friends, have fun while you study. Ensure you study smart. Engage with your lecturers and your faculties. And always remember, even flowers grow through dirt. Nothing worth having comes easy. The Office of Planning and Development welcomes you to CMU. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Ald. Now, what is a common theme that is coming out in our orientation exercise today? We are a family. We want you to feel a part of the CMU family. So we are doing everything on our part to ensure that you have the best possible experience. Now, while on campus, some things may happen that are sometimes out of our control, and there are things that we can control. So coming to speak to us now from the Office of Occupational Health and Safety is Mr. Alan Saputan, and he will be sharing with you some tips on how to stay safe on campus.
Thank you very much. Good morning, students. It is indeed a pleasure to be able to welcome you to the CMU via this forum and then be able to see you in person in a few days' time. That's quite exciting. And also equally exciting is to tell you a little bit about occupational health and safety. And by that we mean being able to relate to your health, safety, and welfare issues within the occupational environment, which in this case, we are talking about the university campuses. And the university will endeavor to provide an environment that will minimize your exposure to agents that could cause you ill health and injuries, as these could hamper your progress at the university. A wise person summarized this for us, and I'll quote, "When health is absent, wisdom cannot reveal itself, art cannot manifest, strength cannot fight, wealth becomes useless, and intelligence cannot be applied." So really, we want for you to be physically, mentally, and emotionally well as you pursue your studies. And of course, there are standards and programs that are designed, and even some laws that are designed to make the occupational space a bit safer for staff and students and other stakeholders that might come to the university. And some of these are concerned and address hazards such as chemical exposure. You will be aware of dust, gases, fumes, within your environment. These are quite prevalent wherever you go. Of course, there are physical hazards, the trip, slips, and falls that some persons abhor. Things like electrical hazards, noise, radiation. These are features of your environment that you'll have to try to interact with and avoid. Biological agents, for example, now the topical ones are COVID-19 and monkeypox. These were alluded to earlier, and I'm sure when Nurse Porter White comes on a little later, she'll talk to you about the protocols that are necessary to stay safe and free from these hazards. And of course, there could be psychological fallout from suffering injuries and illnesses, not to mention other stressors in the environment, peer pressure, for example. So, of course, you have to be discriminating while you carry out your studies. Ergonomic issues are ever in the forefront. It has to do with your comfort, seating, lighting, how you interact within your classroom, and generally within the university environment. Of course, there are also programs in place to prevent accidents. And while we are talking about accidents within the occupational environment, that's within the universities, I would be remiss if I did not mention the vehicular accidents, because there are so many of these nowadays. So I'm imploring those of you who drive to school to take it easy on the road. There's no need for a speed trial. There's nothing to prove. And if you commute as a passenger, just be very discriminating in terms of the transport that you take. We have some shutter drivers out there, so we want you to avoid those as much as possible. Now, there are a number of programs and standards here, but I just want to mention a few basic rules that might be very applicable while you are here on campus. So, you might be required to respond promptly if there's an emergency. And you will become familiar with the alarm signal and whatever else you need to do once you get to the university space. But if you are required to evacuate, you should respond immediately. Of course, there are other safety rules that we want you to observe. Safety information might be posted. You might see a sign mark assembly point, fire extinguisher, please hold on to handrails, and so on. There might be instructions as to what you should do in case there's a fire or in case there's an earthquake. And also, there might be signs prohibiting you not to do certain things. For example, not to sit on the guardrails that are provided to protect you from falling from heights. They are not there to raise you higher, to increase the potential for a fall. So please desist from doing any such thing. And finally, I just want to implore you to follow the safety rules within the discipline that you are studying. For example, if you are studying engineering, you will interface with machinery. You might be interfacing with compressed gases in welding, electrical transformers, and so on. Things that can be very dangerous. So we implore you to follow the procedures within these areas. And I can assure you that at the end of 4 years, you will be able to leave here with your degree. And I'm wishing you maximum success in pursuing your degree. Thank you very much. I'm now going to invite Nurse Porter White to come forward to continue this a little further.
Thank you, sir. Pleasant morning to the class of 2026. Welcome to CMU. You are at a good place at a good time. All right? In spite of all the challenges, it is a good time to be here. As sir mentioned earlier on, my name is Kiwana Porter White, your nurse, your healthcare provider. All right? And I'm wishing you all the best for the year 2022 until 2026 when you leave here. All right, so we have a health and wellness unit. We operate from Mondays to Fridays, 8:15 until 8:15 in the morning until 8:15 p.m. And also on weekends from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. what are the services that we offer? We offer basic first aid, medical first aid. We do patient assessments, treatment, and referrals. So at this time, I'm going to ask all students, if it is that you know you have a chronic medical condition, whether it is asthma, sickle cell, epilepsy, please notify us. We need to know so we can make the relevant preparations for you, that in the event of an emergency, we know how to appropriately respond. All right? So it's very important that when you return to campus, you visit the medical center and speak with us, and we will make the relevant preparations for you. We also offer health education and counseling, yes. In addition to what our counselor will offer, you just indicate it to us and we do referrals from the health and wellness units. We also offer a range of health promotional activities throughout the course of the year. Certainly we will inform you as we go along, you know, on the students' platform, the social media platform. You will be kept abreast of all of these health promotional activities, and we implore you to, you know, to be a part of it, to participate, to get involved. Yes. All right. What do you do if you become unwell? Say, for example, you are at home and you are unwell. We are saying to you, do not report to school. Do not report to school. The process is this: you inform your parents, your guardians, your family member, visit with your doctor, and you will be presented with health cards, as mentioned in the students' affairs presentation, right? So you'll be furnished with health cards. When you visit your doctor, you present your health card, all right? And certainly you would have informed your program coordinator, your lecturer, your class rep that you are unwell. And if necessary, request a sick certificate from your healthcare provider as a proof of illness. And I'm saying this to say, especially when it becomes, during the exam time, examination period, when it is that students sometimes are absent, you have to present a sick certificate as evidence that you were unwell, all right? So it's very, very important that you make this request as a proof of illness in order for you to, you know, either do a resit or a redo, whatever the case is, all right? So let's bear this in mind. Certainly, we have infection prevention control measures here at the CMU, especially in light of the COVID-19, yes, and the monkeypox that is still around, all right? So certainly we would encourage you to participate and to be, you know, just cooperate with us as we do the temperature checks. This is done at the gate every morning, yes? We encourage you to wear your masks, wash your hands often, sanitize. Very, very important that you do that, all right? We ask you as students, I know in the rush of everything, but we encourage you to eat well. This assists in boosting your immune system to keep you well in light of all the infections and illnesses that are around. You must eat well to boost your immune system. We ask you to avoid a lot of sweet drink. Yes, drink more water. All right, so the sodas and all, the colas and all, energy drink, we ask you as best as possible, avoid those and drink more water. Exercise, critical, yes? We have a number of sporting events here, all right? Get involved, man. Have fun while you're here. And of course, you know exercising is good as it keeps you healthy, keeps you fit, keeps you well, all right? And as mentioned earlier, stay at home if it is that you are unwell. If it is that you are on property, you know, certainly you come to the nursing unit and we will treat with you if it is that you're here. But if you're at home, visit your doctor. Do not come to school if it is that you are unwell. All right? So, thank you. Thank you for your time. All right? And I wish you all the best. And remember this. With Christ in the vessel, you can smile at the storm. All right? And with Christ, you can do all things. Thank you. God bless you. And I wish you a successful journey. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nurse Porter White. So as you can see, we are interested in all aspects of your life. So from your educational pursuits to your health and well-being, we want you to feel like we care, we do. So coming to you at this time is none other than Mr. Milton Reed, and he will be presenting, we will be taking Mr. Somerville at this time.
Morning, everyone. My name is Milton Reed. I am the manager for the Security and Risk Management Unit. Along with me is Mr. Romeo Somerville, the Security and Assurance Coordinator. We do take this opportunity to welcome you to the CMU, also to thank you for making CMU your choice of study. And we will ensure that while attending and studying, you do so in a safe and security environment. Security. When we talk about security, everyone wants to be safe. Whether you're at home, moving around, driving, or even hanging out with your friends, each and everyone wants to be safe. So we will ensure that whenever you attend classes, whenever you attend campus, you do so in a safe and secure environment. At this time, I will hand you over to Mr. Somerville, who will take you through a few more points as it relates to security. Thank you. Do have a wonderful time at the CMU.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Romeo Somerville, and I would like to welcome you all to the Caribbean Maritime University. I am the Security Assurance Coordinator here, and today I would just want to share with you why security is important to you as an individual and as our students here at the university. Now, our primary responsibility as the security unit of the university is to ensure that staff, students, clients, and other users of the university work, study, and conduct business in a safe and secure environment. Now, our primary responsibility here as a security unit is to manage the risk associated with all our staff, our clients, and our students. Now, when we say we manage risk, for example, we look at the possibilities of an armed robber coming on the campus. We look at how we can mitigate against that risk, meaning we put security measures in place, such as cameras, access control. We have our security personnel. So we look at the possibility of a security incident occurring, and we put measures in place to protect you, our students, and also other persons who conduct businesses on the facility. So we monitor the physical access control on the different campuses. And when we talk about physical access control, we speak about who gets access to this campus. Now, as students, we need IDs. You need to be properly attired to come on the campus. So we have our security officers at the gate who monitors access to the facility. We also monitor and maintain all electronic security systems. When we talk about our electronic security systems, we talk about our cameras, our access control systems, and all our campuses have security cameras, and these cameras are monitored on a 24-hour basis. We also investigate thefts and security-related incidents. So if you have an issue where you're inside a classroom and your phone or something from your bag went missing, the security team, along with the disciplinary unit, would be the team that you would contact to help you in investigating and retrieving your item. Now, I've been talking about this broad topic of security. Now, let's look at what security is. We can describe security as the state of feeling free from any form of risk or danger. When you're at home and your doors are locked, you feel comfortable. This is an example of security. When you're shopping online and you know that you'll get your product, you know that you're not being robbed or anything, that is a form of security. Now, we all need security because security is how we secure ourselves. I know sometimes you might see your grandma or one of those older persons, they want to give you some money. So they would put their hand in their bosom and they would take out a plastic bag. And in that plastic bag, they'll have a next plastic bag and probably another paper or something, wrapping up that money as well. And then there comes the money. Now, we as individuals, we have to put measures in place to protect whatever assets we have, such as our phones, our jewelry, our monies, our credit cards. We need to put measures in place. Or you, the students, you need to put measures in place to protect whatever assets you have. Security begins with you, the individual. Now, I will leave a few security tips with you. As I mentioned before, security begins with you, the individual. Everything that you do, everything that on your way traveling to school, on your way traveling or going out, security begins with you. You have to put measures in place to protect yourself or the persons that you're traveling in a group with. And I want to start off by saying you need to manage your passwords well. When I talk about managing your passwords, I mean, we have persons, I can guess right now, we have persons whose password is their mother's name, or the date that they were born, or their dog's name, or something like that. You have to have strong passwords. Never share your passwords. Your passwords are supposed to be confidential. You're not supposed to share your passwords with anyone at all. Think before you click. There are times when you will get some suspicious mails. You need to read these emails properly. You need to read these messages properly before you just go ahead and click. Trust your instinct. If something or someone makes you uneasy, avoid the person or leave. Show confidence. Walk at a steady pace, keep your head up, and avoid carrying lots of packages. Send the message that you are calm and confident. When you're walking downtown Kingston, when you're coming to work, because I know that majority of our students, they're going to have to travel through downtown Kingston or Hertfordshire, you have to let persons know that you're confident. You're not afraid of anything. I don't want to have persons walking around with their heads down, paying attention to their phone. I know a lot of us, we like to listen to music, we like to walk with our earphones in, and we like to just walk and be on TikTok or Instagram. But while we're traveling downtown Kingston in the busy areas, we have to put our cell phones away. We have to put all the necessary assets that we have to protect them. Walk in groups if you can. It's always best to travel in groups. Criminals tend to target persons who seem helpless, so it's always best when you travel in pairs. Be observant. You have to be aware of what is happening around you. As I mentioned before, it doesn't make any sense. You travel, and when you're walking, you have your head down in your phone. You have to be conscious of what is happening around you. Keep calm and always remain alert of your surroundings. You can contact myself at 331-556 or Mr. Milton Reed as the security manager at 838-2943 if you have any security concerns. And as I mentioned earlier on, I want each and every student to bear in mind that security begins with you. Security begins with you because you are the first point of contact to your assets. You have to put measures in place to protect yourself and protect whatever assets you have. Again, I want to say thank you all for listening and welcome again to the Caribbean Maritime University. Stay safe all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Somerville. I know that we have been talking a lot, but I promise you we're getting there. We're getting there. Now, coming to us at this time is our deputy librarian, and she is Miss Navlet Bishop. Now, she will be informing you about the services that the library offers.
Good morning. Guten morning. Buenos dias. How are you doing? Navlet Andrea Bishop, Deputy University Librarian. And I know everyone listening to my lovely voice know what a library is. Some of you might have gone to your primary school library, some might have gone to your high school library, and some might have gone to the public library. Yes, I know we are in the age of technology, and you are techno babies, and you are on your phone and other devices, and you have your library on your phones as well. At the CMU, we have library collections, and I said collections. There is a library on the main campus, and we have off-site, I would say, library collections at the 2 off-site locations. That is in Sam Sharp Teachers College and at the Port Royal campus. What is a library without books? I know, as I said before, you are in the techno age, and you have been reading, and you will be continuing to read from your devices. But guess what, students? The printed books will be around for a little while. So at the CMU library, the library collection consists of books, both printed and e-books. We have electronic resources, which are databases, and the e-book collection. We have the research papers, and we have journals, both printed and e-journals. We have magazines, printed and e, CD-ROMs, DVDs, and of course we have like past examination papers that you will be requesting. Our e-resources, and of course our collection, it covers the curriculum of the institution. That is the courses that you will be doing. We have books and other resources in those areas. So I'm going now to the databases. And these databases are multidisciplinary and specialized ones as well. These databases provide information I would say provide academic information, as we call it, scientific information. These writers did their research that you will be doing in your final year, and this information is uploaded on these databases. And these databases, unlike the internet, you do not have to evaluate the information. You just use this information because they are very scientific, very truthful, very credible. And we also have the specialized databases that we have, but I go back. The multidisciplinary databases that we have, those are the names of those are EBSCO, Emerald, and ProQuest. And the specialized ones, they are related to the shipping and logistics areas. They are the Regs for Ship database and the Lord List database. So I might be giving you a lot of information, but guess what? You'll be getting all of this in a document that will be sent to your class emails. And if you come to the library when you start classes, you will get a copy. We also have a very valuable database that is on the Caribbean, and this covers a lot of information related to the Caribbean region. And guess what, students? You techie babies. We have a robust ProQuest ebook collection. This ebook collection is in tandem with other universities. UTech is in charge, and we all come together and share the cost of this database, of this ebook collection, sorry. But as CMU, we purchase a number of titles that are in this ebook collection. And we have around 200 titles, and we just made payment for 50 additional titles. But you will hear more about this ebook collection, and I'm imploring you to use this collection. There are also links to some free ebook sites, and the information is there, and you will get that information in the document Guide to the Library that will be provided to you. And we also have a list of credible research website. Here the adjective credible, which means these websites will be able to assist you in writing your research papers, your assignments, etc. And we also have a very robust database on Jamaica's legal system. And this database consists of the laws of Jamaica, all the laws of Jamaica, Jamaica's constitution. It has regulations that were amended, a law dictionary, a list of law firms, and a list of attorneys and judges. And guess what, students? Techie babies. We also have social media platforms that we will be communicating with you on. And I can say that these platforms are heavily used by our students. And I know you will be using these platforms. So we inform you about the library's resources and the library's services on these platforms. And as university student, you are supposed to read and you analyze what you will be reading. We don't want you to cut and paste. So we have a software which is named Turnitin Plagiarism Software. And this software now you will be, as we say in quotation mark, uploading your work or running your work through the software, and it will show you how plagiarized your work is. And if it is heavily plagiarized, you know you will have to change those sentences or paragraph. Because a lot of students, I love you students, I was a student, and many of us will be students, and guess what? We love to cut and paste, easy. And it sounds so nice, the writing. You know, I say, no man, this doesn't sound like the student's word. This sounds like it came straight from somebody's work. So we don't want you to copy and thief. We want you to read, analyze, and understand. You understand me? Amen? So let it be. We also have indices in the library. So we have indexes to the research papers that were written by our past students, both undergraduates and postgraduate. And we have started an abstract to these research papers. And we also have a list of CD-ROMs and DVDs. Okay, born of books now. So I've given you a mouthful. Remember I said to you, you will be getting a document from us that will outline all of what I have said and will be saying in more detail. Once you have registered as a CMU student and a library student, you are now ready to borrow books. Start your work. So when you come to the library to borrow books, we have 3 sets of books that you can borrow. You have those that can be borrowed for 3 weeks. 1, 2, 3 weeks. You take that home, read, and you return when the date is due. And we have those that can only be borrowed as overnight loan. So it means over the night. But if you borrowed on a Friday, you will get the book for the weekend and return on Monday. And then guess what? We have books that cannot leave the libraries. So those you will have to use in the library. You can photocopy, you can write, but those cannot be taken out. And of course, beside our resources in the library, we offer you a number of services. Photocopying, printing, and we can refer you to use other libraries. The photocopying is done using a photocopy card that you will purchase in the library, and you must keep that card like your bank card, look just like your bank card. So don't lose your card, because if you lose your card, somebody find it, they find, you lose. And then we have printing, where you will pay for printing services. And we can also refer, as I said before, to other libraries. But due to the pandemic, that service was scaled down. But I heard that university is up and running. So when that time comes around, you come to us for a letter, and we will inform you what to do. Remember, no one library can satisfy your informational needs. So you have to use the resources in other libraries if you need to. And we also have access to computers in the library. There are 9 computers, and you can use these. You have to, of course, fill in the logbook. And we also have students, for those students who do not have a laptop computer, you can't afford to buy one because they are very expensive, you can borrow in the library. So we will give you more information on that. There's a form that you will complete on the SRS system, and then you will be able to get your computer for one month. And as academians, we have standard that you will have to follow in writing your research paper. And the standard that is used by CMU, I'm so sorry, is the APA manual, APA style, 7th edition. You will be taught about that because you have to cite every book, every article that you use. You must put the people's name and date, not you write them. They are the ones who wrote it. So you need to give them credence, okay? And our service hours will be, and I think remains the same, it will remain the same Monday to Friday, 7:45 a.m. to 9 p.m. on the main campus. The Port Royal might close a little earlier. I can't say at this juncture, but maybe a little earlier. And Saturday to Sunday on the main campus, 8 to 4 p.m. Port Royal campus said before, the time might be a little different. At the Western campus, for those at the Western campus, you will be using the collection at the Sam Sharp Teachers College Library, and the hours are Monday to Thursday, 8:30 to 4, Friday, 8:30 to 4 as well, and Saturday, 9 to 1 p.m. And you will have our information. You can contact us. That will be sent to you. And students, I wish you a very successful academic year. And remember, we want to see A's and B's, not C's with your grades. And remember, with God, you can do all things. But give God something to work with. Amen. And again, we are here to meet your informational needs, and we are looking forward to meeting with you. Have a wonderful bonus day. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Miss Bishop, for that very informative presentation. Now, I encourage you to utilize the library services, as there are things in there that may not necessarily be on Google, okay? So I implore you to use our library services. They are for you. Now, coming to present to you this afternoon is Mr. Mark Lee, Mr. Lamar Clark, and Mr. Carlton Spencer. And these men are from the Office of Digital Transformation. Now, they're going to be speaking to you on all things tech. All right? Make them welcome.
Morning, everyone. Morning, students, and good morning, staff. My name is Carlton Spencer, and I am the Acting Vice President for the Office of Digital Transformation. With me here today, I have Mr. Mark Lee. He is the Project Manager for Enterprise Systems, and Mr. Lamar Clark, he is the Senior Support Officer within the Office of Enterprise Application Systems. The Office of Digital Transformation consists of 3 departments: the e-learning department, the Office of Information Technology and Operation, and the Enterprise Application Systems department. Mr. Mark Lee will speak on the e-learning side, and Mr. Lamar will speak on the enterprise application side shortly after I exit the stage. The Department for Information Technology and Operations, we would basically take care of your technological needs as it regards to your email platform, your desktop platform, which is within the labs, and your ID services. Your ID services, we would normally complete this task for you as soon as you have completed your registration setup. And it will normally consist of you reporting to the office with your student authorization card, and we will print your ID and disseminate it to you as soon as it is finished. It is normally a same-day service that you can access. The lab services that we provide to you will start at approximately 8:30 a.m. depending on the schedule of the class, and it will end at 9 p.m. This is on Monday to Friday. On the weekends, our lab services starts at 9 a.m. and it will end at 5. And this service we will provide to our weekend students, more so the SAM student. But this does not exclude anyone from coming to the lab to complete their projects or general assignments or to study using our service. Someone will be there to assist students and lecturers alike. Your email services, we would normally provide you with this information at the end of registration, and the standard format for your email services is your first initial, last name at stu.cmu.edu.jm. Your date of birth will be the password, and starting with a capital S and a common S. After you have received this information, you are allowed to reset this password to a more suitable password of your choosing. We also provide you with online access to Microsoft Office, and this allows you as students that may not have Microsoft Office to use this platform at our cost. And you can also access this service from our support agent within the IT and IO office. So generally, we basically would just provide all these technological assistance to you, and we are there to support you within your classes as well. So it is not, we would not leave you to fend for yourself once you come on campus. So there's no need to fear the technology that we will be presenting to you. We will always have an assistant ready and waiting to provide you with the different services. We also provide you with support using our help desk platform, which is helpdesk@cmu.edu.jm. And someone will generally answer your questions. If it is a case where the questions that comes into the department, we are not able to answer, we will direct you to someone that is suitable to answer this question. And we will follow up to make sure that you get the service that you need. So at this point in time, I would like to hand over to Mr. Mark Lee. Again, he is a project manager within the e-learning office. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Spencer. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, students. My name is Mark Lee, as you previously heard, and I am responsible for bringing together the LMS for CMU. Now, as we get into the beginning of our new academic year, there has been a shift to face-to-face learning as the primary mode of delivery. That means the e-learning platform, or LMS, will be used as a support mechanism. And while the transition for some may be easy and for others not, due to the fact that you are accustomed to being at home or elsewhere and being able to sit your classes as you wish, I urge and ensure and ask, I should say, that every student makes the effort to attend all of their classes to ensure maximum retention of whatever content is being delivered. Now, onto the LMS. In order to access it, you will receive an email from OLERT support team, as you can see on your screen, and the credentials are the same. Right throughout the university, whatever platform you use, if it is the one used for registration, if it is used for online classes, that username that ends with stu.cmu.edu.jm, sorry, is the only username that will be able to gain you access to these platforms. That password is a default password, and you must change it, as over the duration of your academic lifetime at CMU, your classmates are going to figure out your birthday. And then they can gain access to your platform and create whatever mischief they would like. Another quick tip is to ensure that you bookmark the e-learning site for quick access. Let's move on. Our login page looks like this. As you can see, I have an example of myself trying to log in using a student account, and you will see the at stu.cmu.edu.jm. Now, it's bookmarked, as you can see. If you look in the top right-hand corner where the arrow is, you will see that the star, a blue star, has been highlighted. Once you have pressed that star, as some of you are aware, this page will be stored for easy access. As you can see on my tabs, it is already there. Regarding the site is very easy to navigate, especially if you take the site navigation tour. Now, we have made the tour optional this year because your primary mode is face-to-face. So I ask that you do not skip the tour, as your lecturers will be making use of the platform in various ways to assist with the delivery of their lectures. When you access your personal space, aka your dashboard, which is what you're seeing here on your screen, the things that will be displayed to you relate only to you, which means the courses that you are registered for and have access to will be displayed on the course page. Additionally, on the right-hand side, you will see a calendar and other tabs that will display pertinent information such as upcoming quizzes and that kind of stuff. Regarding online classes, now in the eventuality that we have to revert to the online modality to deliver the lectures, the links that you will receive to access the class can only be accessed from the course page and can only be done so by a registered student. If you're in a face-to-face class or you're in a virtual class, we would expect that the same level of mannerism and professional etiquette is maintained. Now, if you're in class, your microphone will be automatically set to mute. And there are instances, and it happens even as well with myself, where we're in meetings and for some reason the mic turns on or the camera turns on. So ensure that you're properly attired and your surrounding is suitable for class. Now, in closing, I just want to officially welcome you again. There will be a lot more information on the course site as you access it at the start of the semester. We look forward to working together to developing your academic excellence, and enthusiasm is always welcomed here. Thank you very much. I will now hand over to Mr. Clark.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. Good morning, students. I am Lamar Clark, a Senior System Support Officer in the Enterprise Application Services Unit. Now today, I would like to bring you through what is known as the student portal. So let me just get right into it. All right, so today we're going to be talking about the student portal, which is an application within the ERP. So before I get into it, I just want to ask if you have seen this screen before. And well, of course you have. You know it as the login screen for your application portal. Well, pretty soon you'll be knowing it as your student portal login page. All right, so ERP. Now, ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning, is I mean, the fancy jargons of it will tell us a business process management software that automates and streamlines processes and significantly improve the effectiveness of allocating and operating resources. But for you as students, you're particularly intrigued with the portion of the ERP that's related to you, and that's the Students Record System. For short, we call it the SRS. Now, the SRS is used to store student biodata, registration details, financial details, student grades, and exam cards. There are, of course, a couple other things that you can use the student portal to do as a student, and I'll bring you through some of those aspects during this presentation. So let's go right into the student portal. Now, once you go to srs.cmu.edu.jm and access the login page, you'll see something like this, where you'll have the opportunity to enter your login credentials, which were provided to you at the point of registration. And you could go ahead, click on login, and you're now ready to explore the student portal. Now, this is what the student portal looks like on first login. This is the student portal homepage. Now, let me just zoom in on it a bit for you. And you'll notice on the left, you'll see a couple of buttons, My Info, My Courses, Grades, Progress Reports. And those buttons are some of the selections that you can make on the student portal. Now, it's important to know that once you have a student portal, once you have registered or pre-registered, everything that you do going forward has to be done from the student portal. So if you're seeking to apply for boarding, it has to be done here from the student portal. And I know we're going back face-to-face, so a lot of students will be applying for boarding. So you no longer do that from the application side. You must log into your student portal to apply for boarding. All right, so the first thing I'm going to be showing is the first thing on the portal, which is My Info. Now, My Info as a student, as you would have guessed it, tells you information about yourself. You have your personal details, your address, registration, and of course the one highlighted now is student holds. Now, I've highlighted this particular one because as students, every semester, you have to look forward to realizing if you have any holds on your student account. Now, you see the holds listed there once you click on student holds, and whichever one is ticked will be the hold that is currently on your account. For this particular student, none is clicked, so we'll just move forward. Of course, you have the registration details. From here is where you'll notice if you have been registered and what your financial status is for that registration period. All right, let's move forward. Let's go back to the student portal home and let's now look at the My Courses. Now, for every student, I know it's important for you to know what your grades are. So during the semester, you as a student has the opportunity to view your grades from the My Courses menu. Now, My Courses show you your grades that has been entered and published by the lecturer. So there are two main criteria to be fulfilled for you to be able to see your grades from My Courses. One, it must be entered. Two, it must be published. So if your grade is entered and not published, you cannot see it. And if no grade was entered, and something was published, you'll probably be seeing zeros. So grades must be entered and published for you to be able to see it from the My Courses menu. All right. All right, now let's look at something that you do at the end of every semester, and that's your final exams. Now, to do your final exams, of course, you need an exam card, and you access your exam card from the student portal. This is what it looks like. From the student portal view, it tells you the room number, the course, the date, and the time. And of course, you'll then have to click on the print exam card button to actually print this exam card. Now, once you click on the print exam card button, the card will be generated in a new tab. So, of course, you'll have to allow pop-ups. And this is what the exam card would look like. All right. So that's it for exam card. Now back to the student portal homepage. I want to introduce you to a thing called the progress reports. So once you click on print progress report, and a progress report tells you all the grades that you have entered for you so far for the semester or whatever period. you'll get this option that asks you if you want to generate a progress report for a single academic year or semester, or for all academic years. Once you have made that selection and you click on Generate Progress Report, the progress report will be generated. All right. And that's it for this presentation for the student portal. I'll now ask, that's it. And thank you for listening, and I look forward to seeing you join the CMU.
Thank you so much for that very informative presentation. I hope that you were taking notes because the student portal is very, very important. You will access all of your information there. You will need your student records. Everything that you need will be on that platform. Now, at this time, we are winding down, and our final presentation for this session will be from Mr. George Malcolm. He is from he will be speaking on student rights, responsibilities, and behavioral expectations.
Thank you, Danique, for that introduction. As Danique mentioned, my name is George Malcolm, Acting Assistant Director of Student Affairs. Welcome to the CMU. Wherever you're logging in from, if you're near or far, yard or abroad, we thank you for choosing CMU as your choice, your university. As the theme suggests, on board together, moving forward together, you are now onboarding the CMU vessel. Despite the challenges you might have faced before you got here, applaud yourself as you are here with us and you choose us to fulfill your degree. Vessels encounter good and bad weather, and if the vessels are not seaworthy, it's likely that those vessels will encounter challenges at sea. So my advice to you is make yourself seaworthy. Prepare yourself, be ready, stay ready, and get ready as we move forward together, leaving no one behind. And as I move into my presentation, I'll be explaining students' rights and responsibilities and students' behavioral expectations. Disciplinary unit. As you would have heard, Mr. Michael Chambers gave in his earlier presentation, gave a rundown of the discipline unit and units within the Office of Student Affairs. I'll just give a basic overview of the discipline unit. The discipline unit core function is to educate students on the do's and the don'ts, to encourage discipline to transform students' lives, to investigate and adjudicate student complaints and grievances, and to assist with students' teaching and learning transition to the university. Caribbean Maritime University requires students to operate with high level of integrity and discipline, and with rights comes responsibilities. And as you can see on your screen, there are some rights and responsibilities in which I'll further explain. To learn, it's your right to learn in an environment where they are treated with equity, dignity, and respect. You are our customer, so it is our #1 priority that you're treated with the utmost respect, just as we want for you to, approach us in that manner. To participate in activities at the university without harassment, intimidation, or discrimination. The university does not take kindly to any form of harassment and or discrimination, whether it's by race, gender, sexual orientation, or anything for that matter. So we ask students to refrain from any such act. To privacy and confidentiality of personal information, the security manager and the coordinator would have made mention to confidentiality, and the university have standards and integrity where that is concerned. To freedom of speech, expression, inquiry, and peaceful assembly on campus. In this context, freedom doesn't necessarily mean one gets to speak in whatever way they would want to speak, whether disrespectful to their colleagues and or otherwise. We still ask students to be mindful of their freedom of speech as well as expression. It is your right to know your rights and your school's policies. Behavior can be punished, ideas can't. To have access to established university procedures, I'll make reference to the university student handbook where all the policies and procedures are entailed. Make the university student handbook your Bible. Read it, know it. To fear procedures in proceedings involving students at the university. To submit grievances, expect recourse for these and any offense where that is concerned. The university, whenever a student is invited to a disciplinary hearing, the students are treated fairly and they are represented by their student union representation. If someone on that disciplinary committee is closely affiliated with each student, then that person is asked not to be a part of the committee, just for, to eliminate bias and to be fair in our judgment. To be provided with access to adequate resources to support academic pursuit. And as I make mention, with rights comes responsibilities, and it is your responsibility to be respectful, show responsibility in any and every aspect where that, to be safe and to appreciate differences and value partnerships. And many students might not take this into consideration, but one of your main responsibility is to attend classes regularly and on time, to meet stipulated academic and non-academic deadlines. This is basically to just prioritize your time and to manage your work. To respect the rights and welfare of university as well as staff and students, and to obey public national laws. And once you're able to obey public national laws, I would expect that once you attend or you come to the CMU, we will have no issue in you obeying the rules of the university. To be fully acquainted with and abide by the relevant university code of conduct. Again, I'll make reference to the university student handbook because this is where you have all the information to answer your questions. To be engaged and or participate in class activities. To refrain from the use of abusive and disrespectful language, inappropriate behavior. To uphold an atmosphere of civility, honesty, equity, and respect for others. Students' behavioral expectation, majority of the university students are over the age of 18 years old, and we expect that, you are an adult, so we expect that level of professionalism, maturity, where that is concerned, and as the diagram supports, increasing positive behavior and decreasing negative behavior. Code of conduct and dress code. The code of conduct aims to encourage respect, integrity, and good behavior among students at the university. It maintains order and discipline, and to an extent, safety and security of our students. We ask students to ensure that they are dressed appropriately for school with their correct uniform and uniform fittings. Only natural color of the hair is accepted. Plain black shoes, dress appropriately. Nose rings are prohibited. Males, earrings are also prohibited. In registration to the university, you would have received an infographic with the dress code and how to carry yourself within the university. Discipline. Discipline, it really starts with you, and it is referred to as the bridge between goals and accomplishment. The discipline team works to foster leadership skills, maturity, and professionalism as we mold our students into global leaders. Learning is a discipline. The deans of discipline promote discipline for students to conform to the rules and regulations of the university. Self-discipline it really starts with you as you would know that you have to reach the school on time. You get up, you know that you have to reach by 9, so you do what you're supposed to do and just get ready and be ready and stay ready. In closing, we provide the contact information for the discipline team, and you can please feel free to reach out to the discipline members and contact us at any point in time. As we look forward to having you on campus, we ask that you read your student handbook and let us all enjoy this academic year together. In closing, it's not where you're coming from, it's where you're going.
Thank you so much, Mr. Malcolm. Wow, what a very informative session this has been. And so, new students, ladies and gentlemen, we have officially come to the end of our program. But before we close, I would like to thank our acting president, Professor Adjugana, our vice presidents, Ms. Keisha Walker, and Professor Noel Brown for their greetings earlier in the program. Special thanks is made to all our faculty members who took the time to share their very informative presentations with us. I trust that you, the students, have gained enough knowledge to feel comfortable transitioning to our institution. I also want to thank our creative arts body for that beautiful rendition. I also want to thank Dr. Genevieve Brown Metzger. Thank you for your words of encouragement and motivation. I know our new students have gained another level of confidence to start this journey with us. Special thanks is also going out to the team that made this possible, that's Just Create, who provided technical support for this event. And to you, our new students, we want to say thank you for choosing to be a part of the CMU family. We know it will be an exciting journey, and we look forward to sharing all of these memorable experiences with you. As our theme for this year says, on board together, moving forward together, it is our wish that you feel that sense of belonging with us. Will this be just another mundane academic experience? Absolutely not. This will be one to encourage holistic development. Remember that tomorrow we continue with our orientation exercise starting at 9 a.m. where we will have our academic advising session and our student union session at 1 p.m. So until we meet again, walk good.